Hi there, I'm Emma Kemp and today I'm bringing you another tutorial for Creative Expressions, and in today's video we're going to be looking at how I made this fun beach bag style pop-up diorama card. We'll be focusing largely on Sue Wilson's beach collection, but you'll see as we go along that you can decorate this with whatever dies that you have available to you. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, so to begin, I'm just going to show you how I made the structure of the bag. So I find it easier if I start with a template. So this is my paper template. This page is 8 inches by 11 inches. And then what I've done is I've marked 1 inch up on either side and joined that with a line. And then from each bottom corner, we actually mark inwards 1.5 inches from the right and 1.5 inches from the left. So I've got 9.5 inches written there because that's if we're measuring it from this end to there. But actually when you're doing an equal measure on either side, it's always better just to measure it in from there and measure it in from there, I find. And then I've joined that up to there with a straight line on either side, and then from that point it just joins with the corner of each side of the page. And then what you do is you just cut here, so straight up and then across, and the same on this side, and that gives you this. And I've cut this from Jamie Rogers Crafts Elite Cardstock in Gladiator Red. Then for the front panel, there's this, and this was cut from Elite Cardstock in Sunbeam Yellow, and it's basically exactly the same as this, just slightly bigger and without the flap. So I'll show you the template for that. That was cut from this. So this page was 7 1/8 of an inch by 11 1/8 of an inch. So we haven't got the 1 inch flap at the bottom here. And again, the same as with the last piece, I measured in 1.5 inches there, 1.5 inches there, joined it right up to the top corner and then cut that. And that gave me this piece. And what we're going to do is we're just going to score and burnish the 1 inch flap. So I'm doing this on a scoreboard that measures in inches because that's going to be easier for me to then line up exactly this 1 inch piece. That will then be there we are. And then next we want to create the inside diorama box part of the card. So for that piece I've taken a piece of card measuring 8 inches by 8 1/4, and along the longer side, the 8 1/4 side, I've marked at 1 inch, 7 inches and 8 inches, and that just leaves a 1/4 inch at the end there. And then I scored along each of those marks and then folded and burnished. So that's what you should be left with. Don't know if you can see that, and that is essentially going to be your box part. And then what I did next was I cut a window into it. So this is a piece I've just shown you. You can see I've added tape under there, and I'll explain that in a sec. I've cut a window from it. So first, this was cut from Creative Expressions foundation card in deep blue, and I took the Jamie Rogers Crafts plain rectangles die, and I cut one from this piece. This is 6 1/2 inches by approximately 4 1/2, just shy of 4 1/2. So that's the rectangle I used. Cut that from there, and then I've just added tape around the inside here. And the reason for that is I'm going to be adding a piece of acetate just to the inside here. So I'm going to stick that down now and I'll be back. Right, so that is stuck down. So this area here, this whole area is 8 by 6. I cut the acetate ever so slightly shorter. And then what I've also done is I've got a piece of white card here that's going to sit at the back of the box. This is going to be your back scene, if you like, and we're going to create that in a moment. So you also want a piece of white card cut to 6 by 8. So just to recap, before we put all this together, we've got our back panel of the bag with the 1 inch flap at the bottom. We've got our front panel, which was cut ever so slightly larger. We've got our inside box, which I've folded and burnished. And then we've got our 6 by 8 inch back panel. Okay, so you saw that put together. You want to give your acetate a wipe over at the end. I forgot to put a piece of paper in mine, as you saw, so I've got a bit of glue on there, so I've just given that a clean up. But essentially that's it. So you'll have your front of your bag, your back of your bag, and then it opens out like so. Now, so what we're actually going to do with the front and the back is we're actually going to decorate both sides with strips of card, and these are about 3/4 of an inch in width. Looks like 5, yep. So we've got 5 on either side. So I'll add those off camera and then I'll come back. So there you go. That's the front and that's the back. And you can see a little bit of the front part coming through the back there, but it's the back, so it doesn't matter. You don't even need to add this, but it is just nice, I think, to have a bit of decoration on both sides. You get to choose which colour you want your bag to be. And we are going to be adding a handle to this. I'll show you quickly now what I used for that. So we're going to be working today with Sue Wilson's Beach collection, and I used the fine postage stamp ovals die set from Sue Wilson's Noble collection. And what I did was I took the largest postal edge frame from the set and the 3rd size down of the plain oval, and I cut those out together out of white card, and that gave me this piece here, which I then folded the best I could in half. I had to trim it a bit around the inside, so because it wasn't even, but just try to get it as neat as possible. And then all we're going to do, I can show you this now, is we're just going to snip there and snip there, and we essentially have 2 handles. And I just love this. Look at this. I think they make perfect handles for our beach bag. So useful. I do love it when we can find another use for our products. So yeah, perfect handles. They will go on later because I feel like they'll get in the way now while I'm trying to build the rest of the card. So for the decorative elements for the inside, I've cut lots of little pieces, and most of them I've coloured. I've got a few here that I'm going to colour shortly on camera. And these have been taken from the Beach Bathers die set, the Beach Accessories die set, and the Palm Beach die set. And we're also going to be using the sentiments "Hope your days are sunny and bright" and "Wish you were here," and they're all part of the Sue Wilson Beach collection. You can see here that I've cut some sand dunes from different coloured cardstock, and this is Jamie Rogers Crafts Elite cardstock in Sunbeam Yellow and Bumblebee Yellow. Now I'm just going to, I don't think I can lift this up to show you, so I don't know if you can see or whether I can zoom in slightly, but look at these, all these little elements that you get. There's more. I mean, I haven't cut every single die out, but just look at all the different elements and the different details you can get. There's 3 different types of palm trees in the Palm Beach die set. I've cut multiples. You've got so many different ones. There's 3 ladies, which are actually in the Beach Bathers set, and I'm going to be colouring one of those in on camera. But so many little cute elements. You've got your flip-flops, you've got your bag, you've got your beach towel, your ball, your little chairs, and you can colour these in any way you want to match your scheme. To show you what I've used to colour these in, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this in on camera, but I'm using the new Royal and Langnickel as your professional artist markers. So these are alcohol markers. This is a set of 80, and I believe they're retailing at the moment for £119.99. And you get all of the markers in here. I've actually moved mine round to fit with how I have my colour schemes, because I've actually swatched mine. And what I find is the easiest thing to do with this is to turn it on its side, so with the lid at the side there, and then I just have them in a corner of my desk. And then you'll see in a minute I pick different shades. So I'll normally pick a darker tone, a mid-tone and a light tone, for example, if I want to add shading to something. So I'll pick my colours from here, pull out the ones I want part way, and then leave them like that, and then I can just grab them and put them back as I need them, and it keeps them all in the same place that I want them. Then it just makes it easier for me to find them. And I have swatched mine. Again, I don't know if that's going to show full camera. I've swatched all 80 colours. You get 2 black and you get 2 blenders, and then you get 76 colours. You can see the different ranges there, and I've put mine all together. So I've grouped, for example, my warm greys, my cool greys, my blue greys, my blues, my turquoises, my light greens, my greens, yellow greens, etc., all together. And this just helps me. I mean, sometimes I might pick a dark tone, a mid-tone and a light tone from different places, but it just really helps to have that swatch to plan those out so I can see how they're going to look before I add them. So that was how I added colour to these, and now I'm going to move on. I'm going to add colour to a few remaining pieces on camera, and it's all going to be sped up, and I'm going to start filling our background. If you remember, we've got our 6x8 piece here. Before I do that, actually, let me just show you. I've cut a strip here, and this strip is going to go, you'll see when it's sped up, on the bottom there, just to cover that bit, because we're going to build some sand. You'll see as I do it. So we've cut that strip there, and then I've just got these 2 panels here, and what you're going to see me do is we're going to have a sky piece and we're going to have a sea piece. And I'm considering, I don't know for sure if I'm going to use it yet, but I've got Jamie's background collection fluffy cloud stencil. I'm going to see if I can build some clouds on this using picket fence distress ink, but it may not work. So if it doesn't work and you see that it's plain at the end, you know I've tried it and turned it over because it hasn't worked. So let's see how we go. Okay, so there is the stenciled piece. It's really subtle. I was in 2 minds about whether to keep it, but you know what, it just adds that little bit of something, so I think I'm going to keep it. And then what I've done here is I've just cut some wavy lines out of the blue piece of cardstock. This cardstock is the Sail Away Blue from Jamie Rogers Crafts. We're going to pop those over like that. Now, I did make a bit of a mistake. In my eagerness to put this together, I forgot that I'd actually intended to add some stripes around the edges here. I'll show you what I planned to do. So I'd cut, the plan was to have some suns here, this up here, and then I'd cut all of these little strips, and the plan had been to have them like that, stick them all the way down, and then I could just go up with my scissors. That's now not going to work because I've stuck it down, so I'm going to pop these stripes on off camera, but you get the idea. This is going to take a lot of faffing now because I think I'm going to have to cut each one to size before I stick it down, and you don't want to see all of that. So I'm going to put all that together. I'm going to pop that back piece in that I've just created, pop all our other bits in, and then I'll come back. finished bag. So as you can see, I took the Wish You Were Here die and separated each of the letters out. That's got a shadow around it, but I've not used the shadow, so I've just used each of the individual words, taken some of the shells from the beach accessory set. The lovely handles, I absolutely love these. I'm just so pleased with the handles. They're my part, they're probably my favourite part. But yeah, and as you can see, it folds flat. It's a very big card, so this is a bit more than just a card. You know, this is kind of a gift and a card in one to give somebody, really. And then as we open it out, so I did this different. I ended up doing this because originally I was going to put it up here, but then I actually quite like the idea of doing it over the acetate because it looks like it's flying. I love the palm trees. Now, again, like I said earlier, with these little stripes, I would add them, if you're going to add them, before you stick this blue bit in. So add them to the blue frame before you stick it into the bag. And the same with the palm trees. I'd be adding those behind before you stick this onto the bag, because that was a faff trying to get those on. And I ended up getting a bit of glue on the acetate. But I'm really pleased with how that come out. And then you've got your lovely sand dunes, obviously. I just love the level of detail. And you can kind of see those clouds in the background there, I think. If I tilt it, I don't know if you can, but yeah, I'm pleased with those. And then I'm hoping you can see the bottom of the card there. So that's it. I'm really, really pleased with how that's come out. And again, you can see that there. You've got your front, you've got your back detail. There we go. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and I hope you found some inspiration in this. Whether you choose to make the actual bag, or you may just choose to use the actual diorama part and then just add a back panel to it, like a rectangle back panel. But yeah, you haven't got to do it as a bag. You can just have it as a diorama card as well. It's entirely up to you. But I hope you found this useful. Thank you for staying with me if you've watched it all the way to the end. And I'll be back with some more tutorials soon. You take care. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.